It all happened in an instant. One moment, the clay pot of wisdom was safely in Ananse's hands, and the next, it was shattered on the ground, its contents flying away like a storm. When the wisdom scattered across the world, it wasn't just the pot that broke. The world itself seemed to shift, and something important changed forever. Long ago, people knew very little. They didn't know how to grow food, build shelters, or make clothes. Life was tough, and survival was a struggle. They had no knowledge of tools, fire, or how to live well. In the heavens, Onyankopon, the mighty God of heaven, held all the wisdom. He kept this knowledge safe in a clay pot, hidden from the people of the earth. But Onyankopon was kind, and he knew the people would need that wisdom one day. After much thought, he decided to share it, but he didn't want to give it to everyone at once. He needed someone he could trust to carry the wisdom and spread it. So, he chose Ananse, the spider. Ananse was clever, a trickster known for his cunning ways. He often got out of trouble by outsmarting others, but he wasn't always the wisest. Still, Onyankopon trusted Ananse with the knowledge in the clay pot. When Ananse received the pot, he was overjoyed. The pot felt heavy with power, and when he opened it, he felt as if the world's secrets were whispering to him. It was as if the knowledge of farming, building, and tools was all right there in his hands. This is it, Ananse thought. With this wisdom, I'll be the smartest and the most powerful being in the world. No one will be able to compare to me. But over time, Ananse became greedy. The more he thought about the wisdom, the more he realized that he didn't want to share it. I was chosen to carry this wisdom. Why should I share it with anyone else? Ananse told himself. If I keep it for myself, I'll have everything. Ananse decided to keep the wisdom hidden. He needed to find a way to protect the pot from others. He chose to climb the tallest tree in the forest, thinking that if he went high enough, no one would be able to reach the pot. He tied a rope around his waist, attached it to the pot, and began climbing the tree. As he climbed, the pot swung in front of him, and he realized how difficult it was. The pot was heavy, and it kept getting in his way. Every time he reached for a branch, the pot swayed and blocked his path. Ananse began to feel frustrated. Ananse thought to himself, why is it so hard for me to climb this tree? Maybe a child could do this better than I can. This thought made him angry. How could a child be smarter than me? I, Ananse, the chosen one, should be the only one with this wisdom. His frustration grew, and in his anger, he decided to act. Ananse untied the rope and grabbed the pot. With one quick motion, he threw the pot to the ground. It fell with a loud crash, shattering into pieces. The wisdom inside it poured out, flying through the air like a storm. At first, Ananse felt a strange sense of relief. The pot was gone, and he didn't have to worry about it anymore. But as the wisdom scattered across the world, he began to see the consequences of his actions. The knowledge spread across the land, and soon, people began to change. They learned how to farm the land properly. They grew crops and built homes. They learned to weave strong cloths, create tools from metal, and work together. The wisdom that had once been locked away in the pot was now free, and it was changing the world. Ananse watched the changes with a sense of regret. The people weren't just becoming wiser, they were becoming better. They shared their knowledge with each other, helping one another to build stronger communities. They worked together, traded goods, and learned from each other. Ananse had thought that by keeping the wisdom to himself, he could become the most powerful. But now, he saw that the wisdom had created something far more valuable, a world where everyone had a chance to thrive. For the first time, Ananse felt something he had never felt before: regret. The wisdom he had tried so hard to hoard had been spread across the earth, and it had made the world better for everyone except him. The people were building homes, growing crops, and living in harmony with one another. They were no longer struggling, and they were sharing their knowledge. Ananse realized, too late, that wisdom was not meant to be kept by one person. It was meant to be shared, spread, and passed on so that everyone could benefit. By trying to hoard it, he had lost more than he could ever gain. And that's how it happened. The wisdom that had once been hidden in a clay pot spread across the earth. People learned how to farm, make tools, build homes, and weave cloth. They worked together and helped each other, and the world became a better place. All because of Ananse's mistake. In the end, Ananse learned a powerful lesson. Wisdom isn't something to be kept for oneself. It's meant to be shared so that everyone can learn from it and improve their lives. And although Ananse still had his tricks, he knew deep down that he would never again try to hold on to something so valuable.